Something has to give tonight at T-Mobile Arena as the New York Rangers already with 9 road wins. They are tied with the league tops with the LA Kings. They take on the Golden Knights. I'm not sure if VGK comes home off of this 2-game road swing in a much better place than when they left. We've got an interesting matchup against an Eastern foe for VGK. Our breakdown next on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
From Las Vegas, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. Welcome to the Locked On Golden Knights podcast. It is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. I am a longtime sportscaster, although you never knew it from that open there. I had to try it like 15 times. A marketing consultant and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. And Chris, the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the host of the Hockey News Collectibles Show. Coming up ahead on today's show, the best defensive pairing in the NHL is McNabb and Theodore. Is that right? 5v5, I think that is. And our locks of the night and much, much more. And we are brought to you today by FanDuel. Download the FanDuel app today, and you could visit FanDuel.com. You could win $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. And you can now catch us each and every day on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Tune in daily, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. SSSEN is the place to be on YouTube TV or Cox Cable Channel 77. I know that Bruce Cassidy, Chris, and Jack Eichel perhaps will not agree, but VGK can get some momentum back coming off of this road swing, the weekend back-to-back. I like momentum after the road trip, coming back home. Doesn't exist, sorry.
Doesn't exist.
Maybe you do this. If you're Cassidy.
Wake up.
After all, the Golden Knights banked 3 out of 4 points on the road, a very successful roadie, and now they will try to break a 4-game home skid against one of the hottest road teams in the New York Rangers, who absolutely stink at home, but 9 wins, Chris, on the road already.
You made the comment in your interesting open that it took us 3 times to record, and you changed excursion to swing. Besides that, we're good now.
I said, okay, so I said a 2-game road excursion.
Excursion was your Achilles heel, so we changed it on the fly. So we're good now. We're good now.
Swing.
So to combat what you said in the open about are the Golden Knights better off than before they left for the road? And the answer is yes. I mean, listen, the Blues they're who they are right now. They're not a good team. Golden Knights took care of business. Good on the Golden Knights. Minnesota Wild back-to-back road. Tough game, tough situation, tough team. And the Golden Knights, I mean, it was only 5-4, I believe, but the Golden Knights still had the edge in high-danger opportunities. I'd argue weak goaltending and a couple lost battles and situations by Korczak were the difference in that game. But process before results. That's my 2025-26 season buzzword right now. Process before results. The process going back to the Islanders game has been good. Goaltending was not good. If the goaltending gets just a little bit better things might be coming as long as the team can figure out a way to replace Mark Stone in his absence as far as someone to take the reins there.
It's time for the 2 VGK superstars to step up. Jack Eichel, 8 games without a goal. Meanwhile, Mitch Marner, he's definitely banking a ton of points himself, but I'd like to see him break through scoring goals. And you know what? We did not give him his flowers nor his due on Marner Monday. So the Golden Knights need to get complimentary scoring like they did on the road. But when you look at Marner, he actually set a franchise record, 20 points in just 18 games for the VGK. That is a record. So it only took him 18 games to gather 20 points. And, you know, tonight, if it's not a complete 60-minute game, at least they're going to need scoring from every side. Maybe a step in the right direction on the road. Oh, it doesn't carry over. My bad. But every line, defenseman, everyone, complimentary hockey.
No, 100%. And this is where that third line of Howden, Riley Smith, and Brandon Saad is starting to click a little bit. And we've seen a little more defensive scoring on that road trip as well. So again, you look at the boxes that VGK has not checked early in the season: complementary scoring, defensive scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Those boxes are starting to be checked little by little right now. And now the Golden Knights get a strange, tough test against the New York Rangers. I mean, looking at their game log, this is just wild right now. No pun intended, Minnesota Wild. Road games doing great. Home games not doing great. They got a quick 2-game excursion. There you go. Quick 2-game excursion, Tony. Tampa, Columbus. They take care of business. They come back home against, now it's a back-to-back, but still, they come back home against the Red Wings and they drop the game. On the Golden Knights side, I am concerned about a sluggish start. Game on Thursday nights, travel day, 2 road games, not necessarily a far road trip, but a road trip nevertheless. No practice on Monday. That's going to be a day off to recover. And then today will be possibly an optional. I don't know if it'll be a regular skate or not. They'll definitely be on the ice today. Whether it's a mandatory or optional remains to be seen. So sluggish situation for the Vegas Golden Knights. This also starts the road trip for the New York Rangers, who 2 games on the road, 1 game at home, and then they're back on the road again. So the Rangers might be equally as sluggish, might be a high scoring game.
So I Googled Jekyll and Hyde.
Did it work?
And both teams are showing up in the definition.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Google worked today. So much stuff is down. Internet outage. Twitter's down. Run.
You know, I'm concerned. That's why I screwed things up today. Twitter's down. End of the world. Rangers 0-6-1 at home to start the season. Awful. All-time worst streak, Chris, to begin a season. And to make matters worse, the New York Rangers were held without a goal in their first 3 home games and became the first team in nearly a century to get shut out in 5 of their first 7 home games.
They were close to setting a record for consecutive time without. It was insane, all the stuff that happened.
It's almost a century, and New York won 7-1 at home. The big difference for this Rangers team now, look for Vincent Trocheck returning to the lineup after a 14-game absence due to injury. He comes back scoring with a frenzy. 2 goals, 3 assists since he's been back. Artemi Panarin, the bread man, 18 points, 16 for Adam Fox. Mika Zibanejad, 12. Alex Lafreniere has 12.
Lafreniere. Lafreniere is on the Kings.
Lafreniere. Let me go, bro. I'm having a rough day. Igor Shesterkin.
You need an excursion.
Shesterkin. Shesty release us 7-6, 15 starts, but look at his goals against average at 2.39 and a 913 save percentage. Can't even pronounce my own range.
ESPN rounds down to 912. So
Twitter's down.
Jonathan Quick, I'm waiting to see if NHL Department of Player Safety is going to come down on him for his actions. You don't jump the bench after the game and start a ruckus like that. He's either getting fined or suspended, Tony. A or B is definitely going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind. I think Department of Player Safety took Monday off as they normally do. Long weekend they had to recover and everything. But Jonathan Quick, VGK legend, 3-2 on this young season, 951 save percentage and a 142 goals against. So what a resurgence to his career. I think anyone who's followed hockey, penned him for retirement about 2 years ago, and then the Golden Knights run happened, and he parlayed that. The Columbus Blue Jacket legend did. He parlayed that to a nice twilight of his career with the Rangers. Wouldn't be surprised if he kept on going after this year. So good on Jonathan Quick. And like I said, this is an interesting game. Like you mentioned early on, Rangers they're the road warriors, as the intern said. They're the road warriors, and the Golden Knights, they've been checking some boxes and doing some things a little bit better. So I think it could be a real good hockey game. And this is me and Chris's night at T-Mobile Arena. The Rangers are his second favorite team, so he's usually rooting for the Rangers all night. And it's going to be a fun game.
It should be fun. I wish Matt Rempe was not out for this game. That would be.
He's out every game, Tony.
Well,
he plays 2.5 minutes a game. He checks someone, does something dumb, or gets injured, and he's out, and he's done.
But he hasn't been back since the Reeves.
Revo kicked his, you know what?
Yeah, I wonder if Mike Sullivan will be back behind the bench for the Rangers. Had a family matter, and David Quinn and Joe Sacco, they split time coaching the team.
Not
so not good. Hopefully they are back, but it should be a good one tonight at the good old barn. Coming up next, VGK's defensemen are playing much better, 5-on-5. In fact, the Golden Knights have the top defensive pairing. This was hard to believe, according to Money Puck, and we will tell you who that pairing is. Oh, it's up on the screen. Never mind. McNabb and Theodore. Coming up ahead on Lockdown Golden Knights. The NBA is back, and there is no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. And there are a plenty in the NBA. Plus, you can even combine your bets into that same game parlay, and you could do that for a shot at a much bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team is making that late run. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. Welcome back. Thank you so much for making Locked On Golden Knights your first listen. For your second listen, you need to check out the all-new Locked On NHL Game Night. Every game, every night until a Stanley Cup champion is crowned. And speaking of crowned, so who's the good cop and who's the bad cop on the show? So did they ask you this question on the air yesterday with Mike Davis over at Fox?
Yeah, I just kind of looked at him like, I think it depends on the day. I think right now I'm the better cop. I mean, especially Tony, who wore a duck mask and now he's wearing Rangers blue today. So Tony's the comments on YouTube and Twitter, if it ever comes back, are going to be golden today because they're going to drag you for wearing that. I think it's great.
Why? Why would they drag me? I'm such a good dude.
You are a good dude, but people don't like that you have another team you enjoy besides the beloved Golden Knights.
This is from birth, okay? So you can't give it up. Same with you and the Blackhawks.
No, Blackhawks. They're my former love, but they're still my love.
Former. Whoa,
I mean, listen, it was a good breakup. I wish them well, and I hope they go on to have beautiful children with a new family.
What a front runner. Okay, so according to MoneyPuck.com, VGK has, this is hard to believe. When I looked at it, I would have double take.
I would have not picked this at all.
Okay, so the top defensive pairing in the league, allowing the lowest goals per 60 minutes. Lowest goals per 60 minutes. That's right. I would never have guessed that the top pair is Shea Theodore and Brayden McNabb, and that's a surprise. You know, the one thing I'll give him credit, McNabb has played really well. He's going through a stretch right now defensively where he's in, his stick is active and his feet are moving and he's just playing well. And he's blocking a ton of shots in front of the net. But the pair has allowed just 0.89 or 4 goals in 5 versus 5 for the entire season. It's hard to believe. Now, they don't factor in all those turnovers, I guess, by Theodore. Tops in the NHL. Were you surprised?
Maybe McNabb was on the bench when they happened, I guess. I mean, listen, this is important. We've been critical on lack of defensive scoring, and Shea Theodore is the defensive scoring. Hannafin's got the gear in him, but Theodore is definitely the one when it comes to defensive scoring on this Vegas Golden Knights team. But we talked about McNabb and Theodore. Mainly Theodore is going to have to make a major change in his game to become more of a defensive defenseman. He's going to be the number one. He's going to be out there against the other team's number one. He's going to be out there in late game circumstances. He's going to be out there in the game's most sensitive moments, and he's got to protect the house. And right now, again, according to Money Puck 5v5, they are the number one D pairing in goals against per 60 minutes with just 4 5-on-5 goals given up this entire season. I found interesting, there's 2 other spots I want to highlight. What you got, Kevin Ball
definitely.
And Rasmus Anderson, number 3. Rasmus Anderson.
Wait. Rasmus, okay. He's number 3.
He's number 3.
Who's his pairing?
Kevin Ball.
Oh, okay.
Did you see who number 15 is on this list?
Yeah, 15. I'm going to go with Losey and Corsi. Is that their nicknames?
I guess so. Maybe, are there only 21 units that have played 150 minutes? Is Money Puck live right now, or is that
Now,
part of the outage?
so the power, the
It might
outage,
be. No, seriously, it might be part of the outage.
right? But okay, yeah, that's 5 versus 5.
Yeah, Money
What
Puck's
is
dead this morning.
Lazan and Korzak on the bottom have to be like down a man, with him in the box for 150 minutes for crying out loud. But that is a surprise. So Lazan and
The pairing is
Korzak,
working according to the underlying metrics.
okay, yeah, it is working, right? And they do look at these metrics every 10 games, according to Cassidy. They take a look
Yes.
at all the analytics. And so
They
we'll do,
checkpoints.
yeah, we'll have to do our checkpoint there at
American
game
Thanksgiving?
22. Yeah. And American Thanksgiving, it should be around then. To me, it's
I want to
sometimes
do a stats day on American Groundhog's Day. That's an important day for the NHL.
huge day.
American
Huge
Groundhog Day.
It's sometimes difficult to see if the defense is getting better because the goaltending has been shoddy overall. Overall, not good. But again, they're looking better defensively. You agree?
They're
Overall?
looking very good defensively, I believe, as of yesterday before last night's games played, and the Golden Knights didn't play. I think there was 14 teams in action, oddly enough, on a Monday. So the Golden Knights prior to last night's game were, I think, 11th overall in goals against, and 14 teams played. So the Golden Knights probably went up closer to 7 or 8 last night. Obviously, that'll balance out at the end of the year. So it's interesting. Going back to the Adin Hill Golden Knights Stanley Cup run, very critical. Adin Hill, we felt, was a product of what was in front of him. And Adin Hill did a good job, don't get me wrong, but I will stress that if Brossoit had played that entire run, the Golden Knights win the Cup. If Logan played that run, the Golden Knights win the Cup. If Quick plays, the Golden Knights won the Cup. And if Yuri Patera had played that entire run, the Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup, the other guy.
I didn't have the other guy on my bingo card in today's show. Sorry.
So what this is saying right now is the goaltending has been a little bit leaky. Yes, Schmid has a good record. His 900 save percentage, give or take, is solid. Are there some leaky goals he gives up? Of course there are, but his underlying metrics are okay. As far as what's been behind him, Lindbaum, a couple rough goals. I mean, you can pin that loss on Lindbaum and Korzak. Adin Hill had been shaky at best in his, I think, 5 or 6 outings this year before his injury. So are we looking at possibly the pairing, if you will, the duo, the tandem of Hart and Schmid, or Schmid and Hart, which might be interesting if Schmid winds up taking the reins as a starter? You said the other day, Tony, that the net was wide open, and that was really before. I think that was before the Islanders game. You stated that, and it's more wide open after these last 3 games than it is than it was then.
Yeah. Another defensive pairing that's in the top 5, ranked at number 4, is Vladislav Gavrikov, and of course Adam Fox.
I love watching Adam Fox work the blue line. It's so much fun.
Those two top pair, they're ranked 4th in 5v5 against that tandem up top of McNabb and Theodore, and that's the game within the game tonight when those two pairings are out there. That's going to be fun to watch.
If you're going down to T-Mobile tonight, I'd leave pretty soon, actually, because traffic has been an absolute cluster hockey puck down there.
Wow!
Due to that exhibition race this weekend.
I love it. Any exploding manhole covers?
I hope so. I would
a half. I took -1/2.
I'll take the over on a half. But yeah. But no, watching Adam Fox, if you're going down to T-Mobile tonight, all jokes aside for a minute, make sure just put your eyes on Adam Fox for an entire shift, especially when the puck is in the Rangers' offensive zone. So much fun watching him. He's like Mitch Marner on defense. He has no panic in him when the puck is right near that blue line. He makes, whether it's a simple chip and chase, get the puck back in the corner, or get the puck to a positive zone, I guess we can call it, or the money zone. A lot of fun to watch how he works the blue line. And yes, I'm saying something good about the opposition, Golden Knight fans. If Twitter's up, you can drag me for it. I can care less, but definitely watch Adam Fox. And even if you don't want to watch Adam Fox, one of the most fun things to do in a live hockey game is just watch one player for a shift. Just keep your eyes on that one player, especially if you have a kid that you're trying to teach the game and stuff like that. Have them key in on whoever their position is in whatever league they play in. They can learn so much if they commit to that for a few shifts. Just watch them.
You're contending for the bad cop of the day. You're contending. Coming up next, we will be talking about our locks and much, much more. It comes your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
The bad cop. Yeah, click a button. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Yep, let's go. Let's be real. Making excuses doesn't solve anything. We've all heard them before. It's just stress. I'm tired. It happens to everyone sometimes. But when it comes to performance, sometimes your body just needs a little extra support. And that's where Rugiet comes in. Rugiet.com offers fast-acting, doctor-prescribed treatments for ED designed to help you stop making excuses, I should say, and start making some moves. Rugiet makes it easy to get started. You just connect with a board-certified doctor, and it's 100% online, no awkward waiting rooms, no in-person appointments. If prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your front door. The process is so fast, it's simple, it's private, and it's all handled by doctors. So visit Rugiet.com/LockedOnNHL. You'll get 15% off of your first order. That is RUGIET.com/LockedOnNHL. Don't forget to use our promo code LockedOnNHL, and they will know that we sent you. Rugiet. Stop making excuses. Start making moves. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. Bad timing award goes to me from last night at the Raiders game. I'm just blasting away. What changes are they going to make? What are we doing? What's up with this Raiders team? I'm just out there chit-chatting. The game was going on, but it was over right at that juncture, like in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, I'm just blasting away. I'm definitely the bad cop. And John Spytek, the GM, is walking by. Like, bad timing award.
That's like when I was in the locker room, I was asking William Karlsson about the team's compete level. I was basically saying, there's not a lot of compete in the middle of one of their long droughts a few years ago. And here comes McCrimmon out of the locker room right as I'm saying, how do you feel about the team's compete level? McCrimmon just looked at me and closed the door and turned around. And Homer Simpson back out of here.
Oh, my goodness. Any idea when Willie's coming back? Also,
no.
Lauzon's going to be a healthy scratch tonight. He's got to be. Hutton.
I don't know. I don't think Lauzon's a healthy scratch. I think there's something going on there. But no,
you do.
Karlsson's hamstring ain't chilling.
You think it's the hamstring?
I have a good idea.
So one of my keys tonight is win faceoffs. Win faceoffs. That's one of my biggest keys. The Rangers are around 54% in the circle. That is fourth in the league, but on the road, faceoffs, they rank second.
Key stats some stats today. No, I love stuff like this, and I mean much smaller scale, but when I'm coaching the teams that I work with, puck possession, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? It's win your races, win your battles, and puck management. Those are like the three core things that I'm trying to work hard with the team on, and it's no different at the NHL level. And winning faceoffs, getting that small edge, you win 51% of the faceoffs. That makes such a big difference. The margins at any level of hockey, but obviously the NHL are absolutely razor paper thin, whatever terminology you want to use, and whatever that can happen. I think it was the Sunday game against the Wild. The faceoff stats weren't very good.
Yeah, I was going there. So Eichel is about 51% for the season, and he was just 36% in the dot on Sunday. Hurdle really was not good, 44% on Sunday.
Hurdle's got to be better.
Colton Sissons, 1-5, lost 5. They need to be much better in the face-off circle tonight, and that's one of my big keys. So I am going with Colton Sissons, and I am going with the former Ranger Brett Howden tonight. And I am going with a 4-3 Rangers win. I just think that is such an important stat, especially – it could be the difference in the game, and I want Eichel to excel so we don't have to hear people going, oh, I can't believe they lost the face-off and they never touched the puck again. I don't know. I thought that was pretty weak.
All right, so just kind of go over some stats here, some lines for the game. VGK is minus 146 on FanDuel, 6.5 over under, plus 116 if you want the over, minus 142 on the under.
Bad line alert. That's not a good line.
The lines for the last 3 VGK home games have just been a bit wonky, in my
They
opinion.
have
And
been, yeah.
there's been a
And
lot of
I
value
don't
on the
agree with
other
this
side.
one.
A
Yeah.
lot of value on the other side. But minus 148 versus a hot Rangers team tells me the books are pretty confident Vegas walks away with a win in this one, but you never know. So my locks, Smith and Saad, third line continues the roll. 4-3 Golden Knights, and that'll take me into a couple of props here. Shots on goal props, keep it simple tonight. Eichel, 4 or greater shots, minus 108. Panarin, leading scorer for the Rangers, 4 or greater shots on goal at plus 154. And then I got a real quick, easy single game parlay. Simple, but it's a great return. Rangers going to score first. Golden Knights are going to score second. The Golden Knights are going to win in 60 minutes by an exact score of 4-3. And that gets you a return on a $5 wager of $458. 458 clams, Tony. Rangers got us. And if it worries you to have the goal order in there, you can simply drop who scores first and who scores second, and that still gets you a $5 wager on a 4-3 exacta. There you go, Tony. Gets you a return of 165.
Yeah, you got my attention. Did you notice? You said exacta.
I said exacta.
Yeah.
And I said exacta and clams in the same sentence. That got totally perked up.
Trifecta is my love language. I just wanted people to know that. VGK's power play, it's definitely coming to life.
Why do they have quinellas? What's the difference of a quinella and exacta? Isn't quinella just an exacta box, Tony?
It's pretty much an exacta box for less money. That's why I never do the Q.
Okay, good.
You like the Q.
Right? I like the Q in hockey, not in horse racing or dog racing for that matter.
But the power play came to life. There is no momentum that carries.
They're exact doors in California.
They are exact doors.
Exactors
in Canada. Yeah,
Canada.
What about the power play as we have some closing minutes here? It excelled on the road for a couple of games. What did they get? 3 goals, right, on the power play unit.
Yeah.
So hopefully that could continue.
Marner goes back to QB. Look what happens, huh?
Yeah. And Brayden
Bowman is starting to learn that below the goal line Mark Stone role. He still has to work on feeding the puck out, but he's getting better with it.
I told you, I admitted I was wrong about him. I was wrong. No,
you were the one that said they should bring Brayden Bowman up, I thought.
I did say that, yes.
And he's been successful.
Yes, but in camp, I wasn't gaga over him like everyone else was.
Oh, no, there's no reason to be gaga for an HSK prospect ever.
So VGK is home for a 1-game excursion tonight. Is that good? I finally got that word out. I had to do it. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you so much, especially our everydayers. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every day. For my man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Take care.